All right. So are you ready to learn my favorite strategy on how to really motivate and move? That's the more of the key word. How to motivate and move your team to wild duplication. And I know that means different things for maybe you of what wild duplication is. For me, it's like building a silver replication factory. That would be like duplication, creating a prototype for duplicating that. And then if you can duplicate silvers, replicate a silver, think about it like a factory where you're literally, and that's where Jen came up with the word diamond factory. It's like a process of a replication model. And I'm going to share with you how to do that. And this is how my wife Kim and I, by the way, you want to come say hi real quick, Kim? This is how my wife Kim and I went from being workaholics, controlaholics, burnt outaholics, fearaholics, stressed out with our marriage for many years, right. Literally working all day, every day, 7 days a week.
Yep.
Remember our wedding? Like, we got married, and the day after our wedding, we're like, we had a lot of money, the most money of our life back then, with all the gifts, and we're like, let's take off and not go on a honeymoon.
Yeah, we skipped it.
We skipped our honeymoon. What, do you know when we went on our official honeymoon?
Many, many years later.
10 years later.
Yeah.
We went to Bora Bora 10 years later. Biggest mistake of our life.
Yeah.
It was so dumb because we wanted to strive and push and get to the next rank, right? Anyways, thanks for being on, baby. I just wanted you to come say hi. So we built a team of over 40,000 people with what I'm going to show you right now. And I know this to be, in today's time, the most effective way that you can build Young Living, because I know something about many of you, okay? Many of you, if you've been doing this for a little while, you've reached a rank and you're maintaining maybe at best, but many of you are going backward, and it doesn't have to be that way. And the one thing that I hear from many of you is, if I can just get my team to do something, if I can just get them to work, guess what? You don't have to work. Is that the right way to think? Not necessarily. In theory, that makes sense, of course. That's why that's the power of the duplication model, is that it'd be great if you have one person on your team that they would actually do something like you do, that they'd be motivated like you are. But I'm going to give you the model right now of really what to expect, because if you don't understand the correct expectation, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get depressed, and you'll start retracting your vision, your goals, your purpose, your excitement, and your energy back. You'll shrink and you'll become small. You'll shrink because of emotion, and it's not working. And when things don't work over a period of time, it's hard to stay really focused. And by the way, if you're coming on watching the replay of this, do me a favor. Please let me know that you are here. Don't be please, I get energy from this. I've been doing a lot more videos because this is the group of many different groups that I'm a part of. This is the Facebook group with Jen Springer and Diamond Factory and Young Living that I pour my most energy into right now daily. Why? Because you guys are sharing it with people, you're tagging people, and more importantly, you're commenting and letting me know that these videos are helping you. Okay, so let's talk about the duplication formula of how to really get your team moving and motivated. So number one, and this is the big one, this is speaking directly to you in Young Living, okay? Here I'm going to tell you something. What Gary Young and Mary Young did 25 plus years ago is create one of the most unbelievably attractive, beautiful models that has transformed millions upon millions of people's lives for the better in many different areas, not just financially, but from a health and wellness perspective, with a spirit of excellence, starting with the farms and creating essential oils that are the best in the world, no question. It's what has attracted me to be a client. I work with a lot of companies I love for the last many years, thanks to Jen Springer, taking the Young Living products. So there's no question that the model is beautiful, and it's built a company reliant on the culture of the product and the mission of blessing and helping, nurturing people. It is the most amazing culture in the world. Nothing wrong with the culture, okay? But I'm going to share with you right now, I almost wish that I can take you out of the Young Living culture for just 1 minute, literally a minute, and I put you into the, let's call it the Amway culture or the ACN culture or the Primerica culture. And I'm not saying to do that, but there are a lot of companies out there that have products, and I'm not saying those companies, that are inferior. They're not as good as Young Living. There's a lot of cultures that don't have the spirit of excellence around wellness that Young Living has. But the one thing that many different cultures have that I have the privilege of 25 years to work with, train with, mentor with, be a part of, is a multiplication mindset, a business developer mindset. So a different perspective of what is possible for you and people to do when they join you in your business, specifically here, Young Living. So the number one thing you need to do to motivate your team is you've got to become the representation as best as you can. You don't have to be a perfect leader, but you must become the representation of what's possible for you. And I'm not saying you have to be an extrovert. I'm not saying you have to be a weird network marketer. I'm not saying you have to be as goofy and a little bit more driven and extroverted as I am. You have to be you. But what you are designed to do, and I don't know you, but I'm telling you, if you are a you, meaning a person, a man or a woman, if you are someone who has a desire and a dream to go a little bit faster in Young Living, hit rank and then go to the next one, not retract back. If you have a desire to really give your chance, your team, if you really want to help your team, I'm going to tell you the number one strategy you need to do is you need to reset. You need to reset, which resetting means this. The past, I just talked to someone that's been in business for 18 years. Maybe you've been doing this for 2-3 weeks to a month to 10 years to 5 years in Young Living. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with the Young Living culture. Please hear me on this. But there is another way to do it that is a lot faster, where you have the luxury of the culture that exists, which is beautiful, take advantage of it. And then you have a way that I can show you how to be a business developer, because you are in the industry. Whether you understand this, you are in the industry of multiplication. So the number one thing you need to do is, and some of you need to forget the past of the negative, which means, well, I'm just looking for people that want to get their product paid for. Not a bad thing, but not the thinking that you could have of, instead of trying to just reset and think, man, if I can just get people to pay for their product at $300 a month, right? Not a bad mindset, but let me give you a different perspective. Why not create a belief? And even if you don't have it right now, just stretch it a little bit and go, hey, why don't you set your standard of looking for people that really want to make an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month? And then maybe that'll stretch to 4 to 5 one day, and then maybe 6 to 7, and then 8 to 9. I'm at a point, me personally, where I'll enroll anybody depending on what their goals and dreams are. I'm not going to say that they have to have a mindset for making $10,000 a month or more, but because I have this, because it's in my nature to seek out the right kind of person, or the kind of person that I really want to attract, I'm going to attract that person through Facebook, through friends, through referrals, through people that I'm connecting with throughout my day. I'm gonna stretch on Facebook and connect and message people of the ideal person that I really want to do. So when you have this reset mindset, one of the strategies for that is to think bigger with who you want. If you're gonna win a marathon with a team of 10 people, wouldn't it be better to get people that already kind of know how to run as a discipline level, that have maybe been beat up in life, but they're ready to change their life, instead of trying to work only with the wounded? And I'm not saying you shouldn't help people. You want to help people, but when you reset that there is a new way to build Young Living that is faster, where, let me give you an example. The new norm for you, by the way, I see a lot of you on here, a few of you. Can you say hi, someone? Let me know that you're here. Here, right here. Please, let me know that you're here. So, especially if you're watching the replay of this, I go back now. If you haven't noticed, I'm really commenting as much as I can on every single one. So, when you have this reset mindset, you could start thinking that even if it took you 3, 4, 5 years to go silver or executive or senior star or whatever, that your new norm could be going silver within 30 to 60 to 90 days for sure. And learning how. You don't need to know, oh my gosh, that's so hard. No, you need to say, how do I do it? That's it. How do I do it in the limited time? How do I do it, Tracy? Thank you. Estrella, how do I do it in the limited time that you can around your life craziness for some of you, your limited time, your limited whatever? How do you navigate and find a structure to build my Young Living business a little bit more faster, Vanessa? Yes, thank you. How? So number one is you need to have a fresh perspective. In San Diego, we're doing a leadership summit that is going to be 20% of the time is going to be 7-figure earners. and a different perspective that I think will help you stretch that mindset. And I'm going to put in the link here, or my wife will, on how to get an early bird code for Young Living. There's going to be a large group of people from around the world coming in from Young Living for a leadership summit that we're doing. So I'll put the link here in the comments. Check that out, okay? Number 2, you got to become the way to motivate your team at the highest level. By far, this is number 1. You've got to show them what they should be doing daily. If you're managing, motivating, begging, helping them questions all day, trying to help them too much, because I know the culture of Young Living is this: nurturing. I know it's about loving and helping. I know it's about servanthood leadership, which means you're helping and you're loving your team. There's a difference between loving and helping and enabling, over babysitting, and over managing. I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt, if I can just be really quick for time's sake, 98% of everybody I coach in Young Living is over controlling and they don't know it. They're over managing their team because they think they're helping them, but really, statistically, a huge percentage of people are not going to do anything in your team, no matter what company you're in, because very few people in this world ever do what they say they're going to do. And there's not one thing that any human being in the world is going to do to actually motivate them by saying things to the person that's not ready to do anything. And that statistically, I'm going to tell you, is over 80% of every single person, maybe even 90% for some of you, of people that haven't been doing anything for a long time. So what number 2 means is you must create the imperfect representation of the model that you want your people to do. Meaning, like clockwork, you are connecting with new people every single week, or preferably daily. You are sending people to a message that explains Young Living, online or offline. It doesn't matter. Don't overthink it already. Just do it. And you are learning how to get them as a member customer, or a business builder and a member or a customer. And of course, getting 90% on ER, period. If you do not know how to do that, you need to learn, period. You need to learn from someone like me, or someone that knows how to do extremely successful rate of people that take action. Doesn't mean that you're going to do it. I pray that you will, but I know what I'm teaching works. Okay. I've been doing this for my whole life in this specific area, and it works just as well in Young Living or better. So you need to learn how to take action on the activity that you want your team to follow. Okay. That's number 2. You need to do the activity daily that you want your team to follow. And hardly anybody's doing this in Young Living, and I don't know why. Everybody's trying to figure out new ways to do it that's easier. Easier means harder. You're trying to figure out how to leverage the internet, and that's good, but you need to do the most replicatable prototype model activity that you want your team to follow, number 2. Number 3, and we're going to wrap up with this one. Actually, one more. Understand this, and how I built my team to 40,000 active distributors, members, builders, is I taught my team that you're going to fall down, you're going to scrape your knee, you're going to get rejected, it's going to be hard, not everybody's going to do it. This is the reality of being in the human being people business. It's going to be very hard, and the quicker you embrace the discipline level that it takes, the hard challenges emotionally that it takes to be in this industry, because you're going to get rejected a lot. You're going to get rejected to be people that don't want to buy the oils. You're going to get rejected to people that see weird press that's not true on the internet. You're going to get people that say, oh, my cousin's uncle already signed me up for Young Living 6 months ago. Thanks for all your time. I'm going to sign up with them again. You're going to get all that. You're going to get attacked with belief systems. All that's normal. The winners, the people that have a dream and a goal on this earth, are the ones that are going to navigate through that. Number 4, and I'm going to do this as a bonus. I was just talking to a client right now, and it is my job to get you to stretch. If I don't promote to the point where you think, oh my gosh, he's promoting again. Oh my gosh, why is he just always selling? Why is he always trying to, get us to do things? Because if I don't do that, you will not understand how to do it for your prospects. Prospects don't automatically fall out of the sky because you spent 45 minutes educating them or 45 minutes trying to sell them or explain or inform them. Let me be clear, because there are a huge amount of people that will go to a class, that will buy from you spending 45 to an hour educating them. So let me be really clear with that. But what I'm saying to you is that you need to learn how to mobilize people, and the way you motivate your team is to, one, do the thing that you want them to do, and learn how to stretch into the person, the leader, the silver, the gold, the platinum, the diamond, the royal crown diamond that you truly are called to become. And the way you do that is by stretching and going to my training, or stretching and going to convention, stretching and reading, books on winning with people over and over and over. People always say, Tom, you don't understand our culture. We're all about product first, and that's fine. But even if you do lead with the product first, people say, it's so uncomfortable to lead with the business. Then don't. Lead with people. And no matter if you learn, the one thing I would not learn only is how to lead with the product, because then you're relying on one system, and you're relying on the product, and you're relying on the information and the education of the product to do all your work for you, which does work. But why not build a new skill of learning to lead with what the person really wants, and learning how to stretch into connecting the way that more people will show up to your class, more people will show up to an online presentation, more people will watch a video that you text them, more people will actually show up in the Facebook group that you invite them to. All those methods are proven to be extremely successful in many different companies right now. So you need to stretch. And I was telling this client, if I do my best, even though you're tight financially, to get you to stretch and find a way to get on an airplane, come to San Diego, March 16th and 17th, get a new perspective with other seven-figure earners in network marketing. It's a non-recruiting forum, by the way, There'll be other companies, other seven-figure earners there, and you get to glean, instead of joining their company, which I do not recommend, of course, but you get to see what's really working in network marketing outside the bubble of Young Living. Young Living is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bubble. It's a beautiful culture, and I mean culture more than bubble, meaning it's an environment, it's an ecosystem that is so beautiful, but there's other perspectives. And if you want to grow faster and maintain rank and duplicate the right way, you got to know what duplicates. Over-educating, over-control, over-babysitting, over-hand-holding, over-questions will just make good friends for your team, but it doesn't mean that they're going to do anything until you start taking the action you want them to take, okay? So I'm going to put in here, if someone can type this in for me, priority networker events.com. And if there's any questions that are coming in, your guest code to take like $300 off is going to be early bird, okay? So I'm going to put that in the comments right now. And if this is a message that you want anybody in your team to duplicate, learn how to say, watch this. Here's what I would do. I would tag my team member or anybody that you care about and say, Mary, watch this message. Watch this and get back to me. Text me when you're done. Give them a little bit of a homework and call to action, okay? And I'm going to give you one. Kim, what is the what's the website for the $1 thing? No. YL start fast. YL start now. And if you want to become a world changer, go here and check this out. Do it for $1. Last night I did a presentation on how to do a launch for Young Living Custom for only my world changers. If there's anything to do, if you cannot come to my event in San Diego for some crazy reason, sign up for the $1 for the world changer, and then it's $27. If all you did is sign up for $1 and got the training that I did on how to do a launch presentation and be a part of the launch presentation that I'm doing on February 28th, it would be worth it just for that $1 and the $27 a month to become what's called a world changer with me. There are hundreds of people in Young Living that are in that membership. The testimonials are flying in. It's the least expensive training I've ever put together for people in our industry of how to build teams and how to really grow your team. and I've customized it for Young Living. I put a new section in there. So a lot of the training that I do for Young Living is going to be in there. Okay. Good to see you, by the way. Hey, good to see you, Vanessa. Good to see you, Amy. And good to see you. Yeah, Estrella, Estrella, is it? You are in California. Yeah, you definitely got to come drive down to San Diego. Good to see you, Vanessa. Hi, Amy. Anybody else pop on? And by the way, if you're watching the replay, please let me know that you are here. Awesome. So yeah, there's the 2 links, one for the event and the promo code for that, and then one for the World Changer membership right there. All right, God bless you. Have an incredibly blessed day. Bye-bye, everybody.